I was thinking to myself, you know, you ever hear like rabbis giving shiurim, right? They're giving lectures, and a rabbi will say something that we, at least in the Jewish community, observe anecdotally, right? He'll say it as like a fact, and it is a fact, but he'll say it like, he doesn't need to bring any statistics. He doesn't need to bring any pre-research surveys. It's just understood in the Jewish community, something is happening, right? People see it. Everybody sees it. Everybody experiences it, either with their friends, inside their family. They see it in a particular neighborhood, and we know it's happening. Like, we don't need studies, and a rabbi comes out and says, we know we have this problem, and here's how we're going to, address it, and here's how this rabbi talked about it like this, and we had this meeting over here, and this asifa, and this whatever. But everybody understands that this is going on, whatever this is, whatever the issue is. And it's true. It's not Lashon Hara. It's not hearsay. It's not wives' tale. It's not the Baba Maisa. It's a fact that whatever he's talking about is happening. We all understand it. Why? Because we observe it. We believe our lying eyes. It's ingrained into each individual, but then it becomes part of what's called a Knesset Israel, as Rav Kook said, the collective consciousness.
We have an intuition.
Yeah, and we have an intuition about it, and we don't need double-blind, empirical.
Trust
whatever
the science. Trust the science.
We don't need, and it's like I had friends, but that's not how science works. I'm like, but that's how life works, man.
The hell with science. Science.
No, the hell with whatever they call science. Not the hell with science.
But even real science. I'm serious. Science doesn't, folks. Reality doesn't function on science. Reality functions on common. Yeah. This term called common sense.
Yeah.
Where you don't need science to. You were already ingrained with certain default settings.
Huh.
To give you have something called an intuition.
Yeah.
Your intuition is what you actually use, regardless of what you say and think, to live your life.
Yeah.
Okay. You have basic, simple, straightforward thought and intuition. Okay. Science is there it's been used, right? It's a very noble idea.
Yeah.
Nobody ever stuck nobody ever did science according to its idealized definition. Nobody ever did it. It's a nice idea, but nobody ever does it. Okay. Yeah. And then they want to tell you that fake science that they do, that they use, that you should believe that over your own lying eyes and over your own intuition.
Yeah.
That's retarded.
But
you're not sophisticated or an intellectual if you have that state of mind. You're a moron. Yeah. You're an imbecile.
And you know what? The irony of the whole thing, what kills me is that these same people, the ones that tell you that's not how science works, I'm talking about the people in the frum community, will say, first of all, they understand when a rabbi says about some issue, mentions an issue, they understand that they agree with that. They don't need any studies to confirm that, whatever we're talking about. I don't know, the Aguna problem or this problem or shit or cry, whatever they come up with, even whether it's true or not. Yeah, it's a problem. We understand it's a problem because we see it everywhere. We see it. And anecdotally, we see it. But yet, when it comes to this thing, these people the irony is that they went to their rabbis for, quote, Das Torah. The rabbis didn't conduct any studies. The rabbis didn't conduct any double blind or any peer pressure review, what I like to call. They didn't consult with Stevie Wonder and what's his name, Ray Charles. But they have Das Torah. You
Folks,
see,
but
it's also how science works. But Das Torah, but how science works. Das Torah, how science works.
I wish I could make this bet with a lot of people, right? I would say that, folks, this is not a bet that people want to take, but there's no way to do it though. But my intuition tells me that if Rabbi Kamenetsky was still alive, if Rabbi Moshe Feinstein was still alive,
Kanievsky, you mean?
Kamenetsky.
Oh, Kamenetsky, okay.
And Kaniev, that's a different rabbi, right? Like Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky.
Yeah.
Rabbi Kanievsky, that's another rabbi. If Rabbi Aaron Kotler was still with us, right? If the Satmar Rebbe,
Yeah.
The father of these two guys.
Teitelbaum. Yeah.
The real, Yoel
OG.
Teitelbaum.
The OG.
Dude, it's so funny. One of the other Rebbes would constantly like argue with the Satmar Rebbe, like the real Satmar Rebbe. He would call him, because one of the other Rebbes was the nephew of Yoel Teitelbaum, the Satmar Rebbe. He would call him Vetter Esav. In Yiddish, that means Uncle Esav.
Funny.
So, dude, these guys had a sense of humor. I'm telling you. But anyway, so these rabbis, right? Schneer Zalman, Auerbach, right? The Chazon.
By the way, today was
wait. Here's my point.
I'm just mentioning it. Today was the yortzeit of the Balatanya.
Is that true?
Yes. And tonight we're for bringing technically.
All right, we got to drink then.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to drink early because last time I made me really sleepy and I started to struggle.
Yeah.
But basically, my point is that your rabbi, there's perhaps a 50% chance that the person that you went to for spiritual advice and for advice that your life was staked on would be considered a moron by these rabbis who passed away, who we lost in 1986. Yeah. They'd be like, what the hell are you? We have no
leaders.
People have rejected their own thinking. They've outsourced, like we started from the very beginning in these conversations. They've outsourced their thinking to people who are just willing to take on the job, not qualified, but they just noticed the opportunity. They're like, look at these people who are willing to outsource their thinking. Okay, outsource it to me.
It's almost